tuned into a brand new episode of the Straight Facts Podcast. It's your host, Zell. Today I have a special guest. He's actually an artist out of Dallas. We're going to get into knowing who he is. Before we go into that, I just want to cover a few things. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, subscribing to my new YouTube channel, watching it, giving me feedback. I appreciate that. I got a lot of feedback from the Broken Home Part 1, so I'm planning on giving you a Broken Home Part 2, which will be dropping maybe next week or the week after, but I'm definitely going to double it back and give a Broken Home Part 2 because somebody gave me an interesting outlook on what they thought about a broken home, and I didn't really look at it that way, but I'm not going to get too much of the details out because I just want to focus on the gallery department, which is this episode 44. Ro came in, and he gave me a piece. Like, he was the first person on Straight Facts, dog, to bring me a piece, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see this. Hold up.
Oh, yeah.
He brought me this piece. I wasn't even expecting it, but I'm definitely gonna hang this shit up for sure because, like I said, this is the first gift I got, bro. Like, and I had plenty guests on here. Like, some people usually come in and they bring like something to drink, but like nobody really brought. Because I mean, you could drink that shit and that'd be gone. Yeah. Nobody brought me something I could keep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely something I could keep. And the interesting part about this painting is you basically said you fingerprinted.
Yeah, finger painted. I forgot my brushes, and I was like, man, I gotta paint today. So I was like, however I make it happen, it's a goal. So I just, did it with my finger, and it came out pretty good, man.
Yeah, it is. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah. Before we get into the whole painting and everything, I just want to get you to introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are.
Yeah, man. My name is Cortland Nickelberry. I'm from small town Tyler, Texas. Born and raised. I got my art. We're talking about my art today. My brand, Nickelberry Art, and we're gonna talk about some great things. Hopefully, you guys get inspired by it, and I'm happy to be on this podcast today.
For sure. So, the introduction I do have for you, like, this is my first time actually like meeting you in person, and like, I don't know why. It's like I've seen this nigga before. Like, I feel like I've seen you in person before. But I don't know. Like, maybe it was just, because, I've been in Texas. I've only been down here for like 3 months now. But my brother been living down here. My family been living down here for years. So there's probably a good time. I probably seen you out somewhere. But then I was like, oh, okay. Like, but yeah, it was a good vibe as soon as bro walked in the door or whatever. So you from Tyler, Texas, though?
Yeah, man. Born and raised, like I said in the beginning, it's a small town. Everybody know each other. Like my mama went to school with a lot of my friends. My grandparents went to school with their grandparents. So it's like that. But Tyler is mainly a football town.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't know, Earl Campbell is from Tyler.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like football driven. It's kind of like after football season, everything kind of just dies down, and everybody's trying to figure out what to do next.
Yeah.
But I'm proud to be there. It's a lot of I say a lot of hustlers from Tyler, Texas. They get it out the mud. A lot of talented people. But yeah, man, I'm that's where I'm from. I'm happy to be from Tyler. You know what I'm saying? Proud, a lot of prideful people from that city.
Okay. What was it? As far as like you said, Tyler's like a football town. Like, did you play ball?
Yes, I played ball. Growing up, I didn't play ball until I was in middle school. My grandfather wouldn't let me play football, little league. That's a different story. But
was he afraid like you would get hurt or some shit? Or
no, I can go into it. You want me to?
Hey, this your floor.
My grandfather was a little league football coach. He coached my uncles. I have an uncle. He's the oldest, and then I have a set of twins. So he coached them and all their friends, and he said they were so good they won championships like 4 or 5 years in a row.
Damn.
And he said once, they got to high school, it's like they were burnt out and they didn't want to play no more, and like they, they wanted to be like rappers and stuff like that. So he was like, he wanted to approach me different. So he said, I don't want you to play. I don't want you to get burned out. Me personally, I feel like that was a mistake for me. I love football so much, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I was a step behind everybody else.
Okay.
But I was so ready that I taught of course my grandfather was a big influence, but I taught myself how to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just starting, in middle school, working my way up high school, and then, going to college, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Play ball.
What position you played?
I was a receiver.
Oh, okay.
High school through college, but when I was in 7th grade, they put me on a line, and
oh no,
I was kind of stocky, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hated that, but I think that was a turning point in my life. 7th grade when I first started playing, a lot of stuff happened where it changed my life. There was 2 instances in my life where my life changed for me personally when I took accountability for my actions.
Okay.
7th grade and post football. So yeah.
Did that as far as with the football, like you said, you went to college too and you played. Like, where did you play at?
I went Division III, University of Mary Hardin Baylor. They just won the national championship. But yeah, I went there. I wanted to stay in Texas, stay close to my mom. I had 2 other Division II offers that was out of state, but I was like, nah, I just want to stay in town, and that's why I went to Mary Hardin Baylor.
You have any siblings or?
Yeah, I got a sister. We were like 14 months apart.
Oh, okay.
So I'm the oldest though, and I have another sister as well.
Okay.
My half sister. She's 2 years. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So was that staying in town was important to you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I knew my sister was gonna graduate the next year, and I didn't know where she was gonna go to school, but I knew if I stayed in Texas, I'd have close access to her.
Yeah.
We super overprotective about siblings and stuff. So yeah.
So what was it though? Like why you leave Tyler and come to Dallas?
Well, all right. So let's transition. So Mary Hardin Baylor, that's like in Belton, Texas.
Yeah.
That's close to Austin. So what ended up happening from Tyler to Dallas? In fact, I have family all over Dallas, so it's kind of like a second home. But I ended up getting hurt and transferring to the University of North Texas, and that's kind of how I came to Dallas. Like, I didn't see it as something that I looked at as a temporary thing.
Yeah.
But came to transfer to UNT, graduated, met my wife, and then I ended up settling it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of something like that.
Yeah. Did you play any ball in UNT?
No. So that was the plan. That was the plan. But unfortunately, from middle school through college, it was football.
Yeah.
I didn't have a break from it, and it's like once I got to UNT, it was a different culture.
Yeah.
Mary Hardin Baylor was more of a private college, more of kind of like a prestige religious college. So it was like they had chapel like every Tuesday. It was something. It was a different type of culture. So it was like coming to UNT and seeing my people and just partying and enjoying each other. That was different for me. I never experienced that. You know what I'm saying? It was just football, work. And once I got a glimpse of that, it's like kind of football kind of went out the door, just to be honest. I got unfocused when I got to UNT. And I failed out, but I didn't fail, but I failed a couple classes and got on academic probation. So football was kind of out the door at that point because I think I had to try out.
Yeah.
So to try out, you had to have, at the time, a 2.8 GPA.
Okay.
That's what I was told. So I didn't even try out because, you know what I'm saying? I
felt like you weren't going.
It was
going to be a waste.
And I regret it, man, because it was guys that I played against in high school that, you know what I'm saying, that sit on the bench in high school and end up making a team by trying out. So, I regret it, but that's one of the lessons I learned. I can teach to my kids. You know what I'm saying? So
So basically. Coming to did you go back to Tyler, bro, or you just?
Yeah, so
you still got family out there.
Yeah, so my grandparents are still out there. They're trying to get up here as we speak. you know, some things got to fall into place for them. But my entire family is up here. My mom, my sister, my uncles. It's just my grandparents now. So we're all trying to get them up here. They're in their mid-60s. So you know what I'm saying. So we're trying to get them up here. We do go visit them still, but you know what I'm saying. We just trying to get them up here. We'll still probably go down there every now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
See, on my last episode, bro, I talked about the pros and cons of coming to Texas. I'm from Milwaukee, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I talked about my pros and cons from you've been here your whole life. Plus, not even that. When it came to college, you had other offers, but instead you want to stay in Texas. Right. So I'm asking you, somebody who lives in Texas their whole life, like, what's your pros out here, like pros and cons?
I'll start with the pros, man. I think it's a lot of opportunities in Texas because it's so big.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ways to make money. A lot of ways to network with people. You know what I'm saying? So, if you ain't, trying to get it, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say you're lazy, but it's so many ways to reach out to people. So many events where you can go meet people.
Mm-hmm.
The cons, one is the heat, but
fucking driving. The driving.
The driving. I think one of the cons living in Texas, for one, is the weather. I think, and with, like you said, you mentioned the travel. I'm used to it now, but to me, everything is 30 minutes out. That's nothing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I would say is one of the cons is that
everything is so fucking far out.
Yeah, everything is definitely far out.
Definitely. Now, the only thing, the pros, I definitely agree with you. I said that it's a lot of opportunity down here. Coming from a small city, like I'm from Milwaukee, so it's like a lot of people don't even know that. You know Milwaukee is? You know what Milwaukee is?
I mean, it's in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
It's cold out there.
So when a motherfucker tell you they from Wisconsin, bro, like what's your first thoughts?
Cheese and snow.
Yeah, a lot of people like, oh damn, there's black people up there. Like,
what? I remember when your brother told me he was from there. I was like, man, he ain't from. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. He was nah, bro. I'm from Wisconsin. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, all right, bro.
The dreads and shit to make you think he from the South. He from Wisconsin. As far as like, you basically say you had a couple regrets or whatever, like, do you feel like you applying anything to your children that was applied to you but you didn't successfully go through with? Are you applying the same morals and...
I would say it's 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as that, I grew up, with my mom, my grandparents, they raised me, right? I didn't have a hard life. You can almost say that I was a spoiled kid.
Okay.
Not really a spoiled kid, but they taught me how to work, be respectful, just have to make an honest living, you know what I'm saying? So, my mom was a cosmetologist, she was a beautician. So it was like, I watched her work and the way she taught me how to do things. I applied, same with my kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some stuff, I just like, I'm going to do that a little different. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a different time. So,
right.
You got to evolve and adapt to the ways of life now with the social media area. Because we didn't grow up in the social media area. We was outside, you know what I'm saying, riding our bikes, playing, till the sun went down. Now you got the iPads and the, all these electronic devices that keep these kids' minds so focused on that, and they're influenced by other things now. You know what I'm saying? So teaching them is important. Like with both parents and my wife, is teaching them how we were raised is very important. But you kind of have to tweak some things.
Yeah. Speaking on that though, like as far as like they grew up in a different time frame than us, because it's like we did go outside and play.
Right.
Like we did do those type of things. Now they kind of grown up in a social media thing where it's basically you can be fucking 9 and have a Facebook. You can be fucking 9 and have it. All you gotta do is lie.
I'm gonna ask you something. So like, when we were growing up and we were outside playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We also didn't hear about kids disappearing as much. So that's another thing you gotta think about too. We were outside playing, but now these kids are being taken. So it's like, dang, do I let my kid go outside? You know what I'm saying? Because these kids are disappearing like on the regular now.
Yeah.
Back then, we didn't hear about that. Our parents had to come get us outside at 9 o'clock at night. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Come look for us.
Now you're like, dang, do I really want my child to be out? You know what I'm saying? Past 6 o'clock. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a real thing.
Yeah. So. Yeah. For sure. See, but the thing is like, I feel like pushing us outside when we was younger was a way to keep us quiet and keep us under some type of control. Now they got these iPads and they got these computers and these video games. Don't get me wrong, I played the hell out of video games. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I played video games, but it seemed like video games ain't even what they want to do no more. It's just that I don't know what it is though. They in a rush to grow up. They in a rush to be adults, bro. And it's like, y'all don't want this life, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, take your time, respect your childhood, respect your, you being taken care of, because I'm telling you, though, like, once you hit a certain age, like, this shit it's gone. It's taken off. Like, you have a whole family now. You know what I mean? You probably looking back at it, you probably look at it like, damn, like, you probably didn't even see yourself being where you at today as far as, like, having a family, having kids, being married. I heard you just you just bought a crib, whatever. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations on that. As far as like then straight out of high school, you went to college or whatever. So to go back to me saying, would you apply the same things to your kids? Like, would you make it your business to interfere with their decision of going to college or not?
Yes. No, but it's a no, but I feel like, me personally, you don't stop being a parent forever, but you really don't stop being a parent past 18. You still gotta be a parent, well off past college, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I feel like by me just being their father, that I should, if they don't want to go to college, you know what I'm saying, we'll have a plan in place on what they should do. You know what I'm saying? So that's my yes, but you know what I'm saying? So that I think I should, me and their mother will definitely be involved in that, because there's so many influences out there. I just want them to go in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think.
But I just feel like when it comes to college, bro, you completed it, like you did it. My brother, he graduated too, and he kind of tells me all the time, like, bro, like, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it's bullshit. Like, you go to college, you get this degree, it's bullshit. Because there's a lot of people that they go to college, they get their degree, and they not in the field that they went to college for. So you put yourself in thousands and thousands of dollars of debt to be working at fucking Applebee's or Red Lobster or some shit, like, or working at a Walmart or a Target. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think that goes for every single, college grad. But do you feel like college itself prepared you for the real world?
No, I don't. I think how my parents, what they taught me prepared me for the world. Yeah. Because they was strict and they was hard on me. College, to me, it's a big game. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a crucial thing, because it's like, yes, getting a degree, it opens up small doors, but it doesn't open up the whole thing. I work with people who don't have a degree and they're high in the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I do think it's a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's a money grab. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, you're not gonna get that dream job that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's hard. Like, how can somebody that don't make, you know what I'm saying, $1 million teach you how to make $1 million? Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about what's inside a person to take them far. You know what I'm saying? So, I do think college is some BS, but you know what I'm saying, I can say it's truly just that me getting that degree and saying I got a degree, it has opened up doors for me. Right. But it was something that I had to apply to take that next step. Okay. It's all in person. That's how I feel about it.
So with college, you know, knowing your journey as far as okay, you went to college, you went to go play ball. You know what I mean? You went to college, you graduated. You basically doing pretty well for yourself. Through that journey of going from high school to college, leaving that college, going to another college, then jumping into the real world, did they create with all the shit that was going on? Did they create any type of anxiety or any type of like depression built up or?
Man, it did. Like I said, it was two things that happened in my life that changed me as far as accountability. One was the seventh grade, and the other one was post playing football, and then going into corporate America and experience that. You know, you hear stories about how, you know, once you get in the corporate world, how don't let it eat you up. You know what I'm saying? Experiencing that, just, you know, racism and stuff like that. You know, some people tell you like, but you like, dang, I got this. And, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, dang, you know, I'm gonna figure it out. It ain't gonna phase me. Yeah. But once you experience it, bro, it's like a big slap in the face. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to deal with it, you know, it could really tear you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, from a mental standpoint. Like me, I'm a proud black man, so it's like me, I'm always on the go. I'm always gonna figure it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a way. You know, that's always been my mentality. Even when people doubted me or what I was trying to do, I was like, I'm always find a way. You know what I'm saying? So once I got into corporate America and post football, you know, playing football, once you getting that love and that admiration, you know what I'm saying? And once you stop getting it, it's kind of like, dang, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I get you? You trying to find that love because you only see yourself as a ball player. Yeah. My aspiration was to go to the NFL, but it didn't happen. So it's like, dang, what do I see myself as now? You know what I'm saying? Even though I wanted to be a ball player, you know what I'm saying? I knew I made good grades. I knew I was going to be something, but I really wanted to play ball. Yeah, yeah. So transitioning to corporate America, it was hard for me because I'm like, I'm not a ball player no more. I still had that mentality. So I'm like, dang, I'm going to hit these numbers. You know what I'm saying? It was always about winning to me. Yeah. And I know in corporate, you're not going to win all the time with numbers because you got one strike against you. You're a black man. You get what I'm saying? I always use an analogy. You know, I'll give you an example. Christian McCaffrey, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's a talented young man. He can juke, he can do all that, but he probably had to work twice as hard to build those skills, even though it was passed down from his father. You know what I'm saying? We naturally had that gift as black men. Right. So if you flip that into corporate America, we have to work 3, 4, 5 times as harder than the average somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even though we already got the talent, you know what I'm saying? So just experiencing that and it's an experience. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can tell, people can tell you can know, but to experience, bro, is different, bro. Like, it's a slap in the face. So just dealing with the anxiety of that, you know what I'm saying? Going through that, you know what I'm saying? Like having my family have my back. It was big, but it was also hard because I ain't never experienced that in my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
So I just the funny thing about your story about what you basically said, like after football, it was just like, okay, what the fuck is next? Like, do the fans still love me? Type shit. My brother went through the same thing. We had an episode and he kind of talked about it. We talked about his anxiety post football and him trying to figure out what's next for him, what he's going to do. I just feel like when it comes to if you're going to school to play ball, if you come to college ball or whatever, do you feel like it's something that they're not trying to? It's something they're not instilling in their players. They making all their players believe they're going to NFL, which is understood. That's what you're supposed to do as a coach or whatever. But you still have to get them to understand that, dude, this shit ain't promised, and these are the keys, and these are the lessons that you have to learn, so you can make it when you get out there. If you don't make it to the NFL,
yeah, I mean, to say that, I think it's our culture, like being black. I think we glorify that too much. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be the star, or you need to, you know, do, you know, it's a lot of you know, us, you know what I'm saying, that's our way of making it out, you know, playing ball.
Yeah.
So that's all we see people we look up to playing ball. You know what I'm saying? So I think we glorify it too much because it's like you have kids who want to be lawyers and doctors and stuff, but we don't glorify that. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a national signing day for football, for basketball. But you got kids that make straight A's or want to go to school to be an engineer. It's just like we don't have, you know what I'm saying?
So congratulations.
Right. It's that feeling of not being able to feel a part because when you play ball, they congratulate you from the time you in Little League all the way up to the NFL. But you can make straight A's all your life or be something, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that same type of love. And I think that's kind of one of the issues with, you know, having anxiety or having, you know, feeling like that because the love, you know, the love, you know what I'm saying, that you get. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it has nothing to do with the college coaches preparing you afterwards because I feel like you should know everybody not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not gonna make it to the NFL or, you know what I'm saying, be that player. But it do prepare you how to be a man, like that discipline, how to complete a task. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, everybody don't want to be no, you know what I'm saying, no worker after football. They want to, you know what I'm saying, be in the NFL.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right. That's the ultimate goal for them.
Right, right.
So you went to what you go to college for?
Man, so I changed my major like 4 or 5 times. The thing is, I didn't know what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure that out because I know I could do a lot of things, but you know, once football was out the picture for me, I was just thinking about the money, and that was a mistake. So I didn't really find my love until after college.
Yeah.
But I ended up doing criminal justice. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different story. I wanted to be an engineer first. I was taking the wrong classes for being an engineer. Yeah. And I ended up changing my major going into my senior year. Crazy story. Really. I knew I needed I don't remember the actual hours, but I know I promised my mom that I was gonna graduate on time. Yeah. You gonna believe this. But I took 18 hours in the summer. Shit. 21 in the fall. 18 hours in the spring, and I graduated from college on time. So by doing it, I knew I had to lock in and focus. You know what I'm saying? That was the most focused I ever been in college. During that time, I learned how to study hard, how to focus, and that taught me like, man, you can accomplish anything you want to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just being locked in. Like I didn't talk to nobody. I was just in my apartment studying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My wife was right there, but you know what I'm saying? Just going through that, I was like, man, I could do anything. You know what I'm saying? Just in that moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was hard, but I was like, I told my mom, I said, look, I'm going to graduate on time. And that was one of the promises I made to her.
Okay. Are you currently like what's your current profession right now?
I'm in the insurance industry. I'm going on 8 years on the medical side.
Good shit.
You know what I'm saying? It's been definitely been a blessing. You know, I was able to take care of my family. Yeah. It does have its pros and cons, but you know, everything is open right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about my next transition. You know what I'm saying? In the industry. Okay. Now that we know that's what you do as far as insurance, we're gonna talk a little bit about art, right? We're gonna get into the art. Like I said, he just dropped off like a masterpiece for me. I'm definitely gonna hang up. I'm definitely gonna appreciate it because that was definitely my first Straight Facts gift. This is card. I'm gonna upload it on my Instagram for y'all to see see it better. But let's talk a little bit about art, dog. Like, when did you discover that was your thing? Man, so football was my first love. I could say art was my second love or first love. B. Okay. Football A, art B. Or getting put number 2. But man, I started off with coloring at the age of 3. Okay. And I could color real good. And my mom, he said, you need to stay inside the lines. And that was my focus, staying inside the lines and stuff like that. So I knew at a young age I had something with art, but I didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? You know how you're a kid, but your parents always hype you up. You know what I'm saying? And then elementary, say middle school, I knew I was like, man, I'm kind of good at this. So I started kind of taking it serious. High school, like I said, football was my focus. I took art. Nobody really noticed. When I was in my senior or junior, it was I went to regionals. My art was chosen to go to regionals.
Oh, damn.
For my high school. I didn't place or nothing, but it was a great experience. You know what I'm saying?
To be recognized. Like
right. So it was definitely a great experience. And the thing, I didn't tell nobody because it's like, at that time, art wasn't like really a thing. It wasn't popular. It was more like doing like orchestra or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like nobody really cared about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? And coming to the DF Dub, you know what I'm saying? It was life changing for me because art was a thing up here. Yeah. And I was like, dang, you know what I'm seeing people
definitely
like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can do that, you know what I'm saying? But when I got to college, I took art. This was in 2012. I took an art class, man, and everybody in the class, bro, they were beasts. Like from shading to painting, like everybody was just on the top of their game. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't took art since basically high school, so it was like my skills wasn't sharp. You know what I'm saying? And just seeing, I was like, bro, I can't. I ain't on that level. You know what I'm saying?
Did it motivate you though?
Yeah, yes and no, but it's like, you know how like people be so far ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Like, shh, I don't know. I can touch it. But the teacher used to tell me, the professor, she was like, your art is good. She's like, sometimes when you start, I don't know what you're doing, but she said it always turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because most people start off with like a steps or a plan, but I just was just raw. You know what I'm saying? So, she used to call me. She told me, she's like, you're like a surgeon, and I was like, okay, because I heard her telling me that gave me confidence.
Yeah.
So at the time, I made my Instagram page. This is when Instagram was really popping.
Yeah.
And I made my name Nick the Surgeon, because my last name Nickelberry, and just took,
Yeah.
So, anyways, man, the semester went on, and I just like, man, I don't think this is for me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just after this class, so I think I'm gonna just chill on the art thing.
Yeah.
Man, so fast forward, I done graduated from college. 2017, I'm experiencing some things in the insurance industry, and I'm just not feeling, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going through, like...
The emotions.
I'm going through, like, do I really want to do this? And I'm just trying to figure things out. I'm like, man, I'm too talented to just be, you know what I'm saying? I always had aspirations of being a boss or entrepreneur, so I was like, you know what? 2017, this is like right before I had my daughter. I just picked up a pencil, bro, and I just started drawing, like just getting my motivation back.
Yeah.
And man, it's been a 5-year journey, bro. So that's kind of where I am now. Started drawing, and then that led to me painting. Just teaching myself how to paint. That led to doing airbrush paintings. You know what I'm saying? And haven't started, but now my next thing is gonna be tattooed. So that's what's next. But it's definitely been a blessing. But it just took me believing in myself.
Yeah. Where do you come up with these ideas though? Like, is it just like is it a freestyle thing or?
It depends, man. And it's like with social media. I try to stay off social media because you get all these ideas and you get all these.
You kind of get cloudy sometimes.
You get cloudy, but you get the itch. It's like, dang, bro, that's dope. Mm-hmm. What I learned in just doing art, everybody got their own style. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You just got to be humble and stick to your identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it all depends, man. Like, what I don't like, it's like just say when somebody passed away, like a celebrity, like, oh man, I'm gonna get on this, do this Nipsey Hussle painting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like, you know, me personally, I just feel like it's clout chasing.
Yeah.
But at the same
fake.
time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different if you're a fan, okay, do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't want to do a painting because a man passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I was a big Black Panther fan. You know what I'm saying? Of the movie. So when Chad Boswell passed away, I was like, damn man, I don't want to clout chase. So I did that like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? After he passed away, but you know
I got the masterpiece.
But you know what I'm saying? You know, it was crazy. I found my niche with painting. And that was like, I started doing a lot of paintings of people who actually passed away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people started asking me, hey man, can you do this painting of, you know, such and such, they passed away in my family? And I'm like, yeah, I do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that face, self-portrait became my niche.
Yeah.
The whole painting game.
So you sell these? Like, do you sell your portraits?
Yeah, so, man, it started out, like, to be honest, man, I actually did, I used to do shows, like Bob Texas with Romy Ray and Bob Texas. And I used to do the shows and just to get exposure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just learning how the game go with the art. It was a great experience, but a lot of those people really come to vibe. You know what I'm saying? They don't really come to buy art. You know what I'm saying? So I go to display, and if you want to buy it, you know what I'm saying? You know, we can talk, but it's so many ways that I sell my art. But I used to just do shows. Now I stopped doing like shows. You know what I'm saying? To transition to something more prestigious, like, you know, entering like a gallery or something like that.
Okay.
But a lot of times I post it on my Instagram, social media, like, hey man, I want that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how.
How you come up with them prices though? Like, how you come up with like, okay, I'm gonna sell this specific piece for this amount of money. Like, how do you come up with the pricing?
Well, for me, everything started at 100.
Okay.
So that's just like 100. You know what I'm saying? And then depending on what type of design, what type of you know, equipment or tools I use on it, that's what increased the price. You know what I'm saying? So I do mine a lot different, you know what I'm saying, because my support system and people that are like fans of my art, they reach out to me on social media. So I don't have a website or nothing like that, but like I use my story or my account, and it's weird, and people be like that like it, you know what I'm saying, that hit me up, hey man, I want that, or can you do this stuff, you know, for me. So that's been a blessing for me, you know what I'm saying, and that's like one of the blessings of social media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's like that's the plus of it. You know, all the other shit that be going on there, that shit just
because it's like okay, you may not be popping on one social media engine like Twitter. Nah, Twitter ain't for me, but Instagram and Facebook is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got a bigger crowd, bigger following.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? It's definitely been a blessing, bro. Like with that, you know, displaying and you know, stuff on social media.
So basically, if it comes to somebody wanting to purchase something from you, like where can they find you at? Like, what's your social platforms? Like,
man, so on Instagram it's at Nickelberry Art. On Facebook, I do have an art page, Nickelberry Art, but people ignore that and they just come directly to my personal page. So it's Cortland Nickelberry on Facebook, and man, my DMs be real busy on Facebook, and Instagram, but mainly Facebook.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can hit me up on those for sure.
I mean, the work is paying off. The work is paying off.
For sure, man.
I'm going to close this with one question I ask all my guests that come here. And I definitely got to ask you, dog. You got 3 options, bro. You got an 850 credit score, $4,000 weekly, or a $2 million payout. Which one and why?
$2 million.
Why?
Well, you can, if you do have a horrible credit score, you can pay off your debt with the $2 million. You can have money left over with the $2 million. You can flip that and turn that into something, you know, 20 million, but that's my thoughts on that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That was my thoughts on it. I get people to say it's never like y'all gotta stop being the people out there that be like, oh, I want the 850 credit score. Listen, $4,000 weekly or $2 million payout will increase your credit score to 850, bro. Like you can pay off your debt. You can buy credit though. You can pay for your credit to get right, but I'm gonna say the $2 million too because A, I can get to that credit score, and B, I can turn that 4,000 weekly to like 10.
Facts.
10 weekly.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
people like it's all about the money. If you got a horrible credit score, you can still buy a house if you got the cash.
Yeah.
If you got the money, you can prove that you got the money. You said so.
Yeah. So what we 4 months in 2022. That means how many months we got left?
April.
Yeah.
We got 8.
Yeah, we got like 8 months left. So within these 8 months, though, like what is it out there that you want to accomplish?
So I want to write a book. I'm an illustrator myself. I want to do that. I want to definitely teach my kids. Well, my daughter and my son, they're both on the right path, but they love to draw like me.
Okay.
So they be watching me, and it's crazy. Like I don't even have to tell them to pick up a pencil. They just every day, Daddy, I want to draw. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like now that I know that they're interested in that, I want to teach them, little steps to improve their skills. Because my daughter, she be really like she has a great imagination. So I'll be like, dang, like you 4 years old and you thought about trees, a dog, a house. You know what I'm saying? So and she put it together, but just to teach them ways to improve.
Yeah,
that's something I definitely want to do. You know what I'm saying with them.
That's what's up, man. It's been another episode of the Straight Facts Podcast. Again, I appreciate you, bro, for stopping in, dropping off this masterpiece that will be hung up. Again, y'all can reach bro out on, go ahead, shout your socials out again, bro.
IG is Nickelberry Art, and I'm sorry, at Nickelberry Art. And Facebook, you can just reach out to me on our personal Facebook, Cortland Nickelberry. It's only 2 in the world, and it's me and my son.
God damn it. Hey, man, we out. We appreciate y'all.